Lots of big updates today in the Nashville RV bombing story, and I'm going to attempt to try to answer three of the biggest questions we've all been asking. Before I get into that, I believe we're about to see a torrent of information released from Nashville police, from the FBI, and others investigating this, and I'll explain why in just a bit. The first big question: was it Anthony Warner who was involved in this? Was he the person responsible? We saw yesterday the RV parked outside of his house. It's no longer there right now, and it looks very much like the one that was caught on security camera footage on Christmas that ended up exploding and causing so much damage to 2nd Street in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. So as the time goes by, it looks more and more as if Anthony Warner is not some sort of Richard Jewell in all of this, as many of you have been worried about, but was indeed involved in some level with what happened here. More info to come on that, but that's the first big question, and it looks likely that Anthony Warner was involved. Question number two, where is Anthony Warner? Where is he right now? Did he leave the RV? Did he escape by boat, as we've seen? Is he out hiding somewhere right now? In all likelihood, he is probably dead. They did believe that they found some human tissue at the scene. If you can imagine what somebody in an RV with that many explosives blowing up would look like, you can imagine about how much might have been left of Anthony Warner. So they're using that and some DNA from one of his siblings to see if it was indeed him that was there who died on the scene. Conspiracies are going to be rolling out on this, because if you only find a little piece of him, did you find all of Anthony Warner? Did he leave a little piece of himself behind and escape to Mexico? Oh, I'm sure you have your thoughts, and I'm sure I'm going to hear from those in the comments for sure. The third big question, if it was Anthony Warner that did it, is why? Why would he do it? And FBI agents are investigating if 5G paranoia was behind the Nashville bombing. Here's what they say. News 4 Investigates has confirmed FBI agents spent Saturday speaking with a top Nashville real estate agent who contacted them after fearing the subcontractor who worked for him may be the same man whose house they were searching. This is a realtor named Steve Frederick, and he said that this was a guy he knew and had worked with. Here's some of an interview that WSMV did with him.
How would you describe him?
Nice guy. He was a techie guy, and I don't mean that as a negative. It's just like he kind of did his thing. He'd come in, do it, and leave. And the guy we know, was a nice guy. You just cannot imagine that that's what he would do. My 14-year-old said, is he the one that did it? And he said, I can't answer that.
So there he is. That's the realtor who says that he knows this guy. And Anthony Warner was a strange guy, a techie guy. We've heard a lot of that. But was this his obsession right here? Was it 5G? Was it AT&T? Was it, as I'm seeing all over the place, mostly in conspiracy corners, these 5G poles, everybody keeps calling them, but most people call them 5G nodes that end up spreading the signal. There's even said to be some on this 2nd Street in Nashville where he parked his vehicle. I can tell you one thing. If 5G was his target, in many ways, there was some success here. They still have major fallout in the cell phone connectivity, internet connectivity. A lot of the businesses in and around Nashville and in some of the states that border it are having problems processing credit card transactions, all because of this explosion that went off in Nashville. So there was some success to that extent. The FBI and ATF are storming and searching that house and anywhere else they can that we talked about yesterday that was owned by Anthony Quinn Warner. And neighbors are saying he was a bit of an odd, strange man who would often be on a ladder going onto his roof and fixing his antenna. He had some fascination with this antenna on top of his house. And also they say that he had a lot of keep out, stay away type signs on his lawn. Not too many of them are saying much in the way of bad stuff about him, other than he seemed a little bit strange. Speaking of strange, Who is she? Who is this right here? This is the new top question. Who the hell is Lisa Swing? 29 years old. She lives in Los Angeles. As of now, we have no reason to believe that Lisa is related in any way to the suspect. And yet, he left not one but two homes worth over $400,000 in quick deed claims to her name. She did not sign them. She was not there. She said she was totally unaware that this happened. And when the Daily Mail pressed her on some more questions, well, Lisa said, I have to forward you to the FBI with those concerns. Why her? You have some sort of relationship with this woman who is less than half his age? Do you have some special connection to her? Did they know each other? We've got another field of questions about Lisa Swing. And there's nothing to suggest as of right now that she was in on this or that she knew what he was going to do. But it's just very odd that this 63-year-old man knew this 29-year-old woman living across the country and decided to give her two homes worth over $400,000, and she didn't even know that he did that. What's the relationship there? Why did that happen? Lot of questions to be asked. And now, your theories. What do you think about this twist of this woman who has now been inserted into this case, Lisa Swing? What do you think about whether or not the suspect is alive? Whether or not Warner is still out there and kicking? What do you think about what we're going to learn next? And the 5G theories. There's a lot of you in the comments that tend to seem to enjoy conspiracy theories. Let me know where you're sat with all of those now. Just don't talk about missiles, and please, please don't talk about chemtrails. That's probably going to happen anyway. Have a great day, and I'll keep you updated with the latest.